Okay, so the reason why a lot of people are really profitable with this business model is because the nature of it is like you make so much money per job, like it's pretty crazy. So I want to run through. I mean, there's one time I remember this guy, he booked a project. It was a basement, I think. It's for like $10,000, something like that.
Yep.
Which one was it?
I think it was this Indian clients. They wanted to develop their 400 square feet basements. I think I charged him actually 18.
Oh yeah,
It was 18.
Yeah, it was 18.
Profit, I think I took home around 7 to 8.
Mm-hmm. See in that shit? Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ryan Huncho. We're back with another video. I got a special guest with me, Devi Fuego. So listen up, man. I got a lot of requests from you guys because y'all are seeing a lot of results through drop housing, contracting. Y'all are actually booking jobs, which is sick. So I was thinking, man, I'm gonna get one of my good friends to share his story too, cause like a lot of people, y'all don't get it. A lot of people are starting to do this now. You know, you can get started with no money. All you gotta do is hustle. So I just wanted to share another hustler, man. So introduce yourself.
Yeah. So you can follow my YouTube on David Fuego or David Fuego. I post all my job sites just from when I started back in 2017. Ryan took me through the process of how to start your contracting business. This is my third year now. Basically, in your first year, you just gotta worry about getting that cash flow, right? Getting that clientele, and everything happens by itself.
That's right.
But you gotta stay putting work.
Yeah. So how did you put in work to get these clients?
How did I put in work for this time? Well, every year, from my year 1 to year 3, you kind of filter out what's good and what's bad, what's efficient way to get work. That's one good thing in the program, that it shows you what's efficient and what's not. So that's one big bonus. Basically, there's 2 to 3 ways that really work. Okay, so
Trust. So like tell them about like how much you can make of this, cause like they need some examples. You know,
examples.
like
Okay,
tell them about the bag that these guys been securing.
Well, weekly, daily, every week, you should at least be making 4 digits. Once you know what you're doing here, a few months in, even weeks, there's no reason why you can't do 5,000 a month. Right? There's no reason why not, because.
But tell them why though. Like let's say one job. How much is one job?
That's right. So yesterday I actually booked a kitchen to paint a restaurant. It was a smaller restaurant, so it was only 1,300. But that's a 1-day job, and I'm taking away 750 profit, right, in 1 day. So there alone, it's decent.
So break it down. How much? Like how does it cost?
Okay, so it was 1,300 paint. It's gonna be 150 to 200.
Yeah.
And my labor is about 250.
Yeah.
So I'm getting one guy to do it. It should only take 1 day.
Yeah. Cool.
If it takes 2 days, my profit will go lower. But that's why you gotta make sure it's only 1 day. If I gotta help out, I help out. You know what I mean?
Word. So like 1 day, 750. I mean,
Yeah.
I get DMs where people, they made their first $1,000 profit their first week. They didn't even do the work themselves. So anyone can do this. If this guy can do it, I can do it. Y'all can too. You've been messaging me. But listen, the most frequent question I get is like pricing. They're worried about pricing. They know how to get these customers. You guys know how to do it, right? You go social media, you do that. But when it comes to pricing, so from when you were a beginner, how did you put yourself in their shoe?
Yeah, I got you.
How you gonna do
So
it?
basically, if you're year 1 or even brand new, you don't know the pricing. So first thing you gotta do, if you're serious, make a list of all the prices as you get them. But you're new, you don't know any prices, you need to bring a subcontractor to your job sites. Either that or the only other option is you hire per hour guys, kind of do a calculation. Let's say this house will take 3 days, right? 3 to 4 days. Let's say 4 days, 2 guys, that's 16 hours a day. 16 times whatever you want to pay them. So that will give you, for example, let's say 1,000. It's just labor plus the paint. It will give you, let's say, 1,400, right? So that's your cost. Now it's on you to pick whatever profit you want to make. It can be $500, it can be 1,500, it can be 2,500. It really depends on the client, right? You need to check out the client, see and adapt.
That's right. How do you get these subcontractors?
The subcontractor, there's many ways. You can look around on Google, Kijiji, Craigslist for certified people, but you need to be careful. Just because they're on there doesn't mean they're good, because you're on there too.
That's right.
So you need to be careful. Another way is just to post an ad for resumes. Get people's resume on Facebook, wherever, Indeed. Just get connects, and then that way throughout the time you'll have your lineup.
So these guys, a lot of younger kids too, 18, 19, they're worried about their subs being older than them. Did you worry about that? Like,
yeah, you do actually, because you need to set out a presence where they don't think they can take advantage of you. So it's on you. Just do everything right, and they will respect you.
Yeah, like you guys are the next generation. Like we're the next generation, anyways. We're gonna be there anyways. So, start acting like you know what you're doing. Just let them know you're the boss, and they'll know what's up, right?
Yeah, just don't let them ask too many questions.
Yeah,
it's a family business. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. So when, let's say, they book a job, right? All that. I mean, tell them how you're able to keep scaling, getting more consistent.
Yeah, well,
because they're not that consistent.
Okay, yeah. First, you might just be getting 3 leads a month, booking your first one. How do you do this on the one? How do you transition it to a weekly basis, right? That's a good question. Basically, whatever you have working, stick to that and invest in it and squeeze the most out of that. Don't look around too much. Just stick to what's working. And in the program, it does help you how to transition from residential to commercial, which is really important. That's more long term, but that's another way how to find weekly, monthly clients, transitioning from residential to commercial, so you have both. But at first, just stick to what's working.
Okay, so now I'm gonna read some comments from you guys, and I'm gonna ask them to this guy who's been there through, from the beginning to now. So he has a different perspective, because I've been telling you guys these answers. Maybe he can help out too. So, question from Nicholas. He's like, as a beginner, what's the easiest, reliable way to do job estimates? Should I first learn how to do the square foot? Because I don't want to underestimate labor, So how does he do it as a beginner?
What was the question?
As a beginner, what's the easiest and most reliable way to job estimates?
To do your estimates?
That's right.
We just talked about that. You need your subcontractor. You need to to learn the market. Yeah.
We have a question from DJ Brian.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
The States is too juicy.
States is too juicy. He's like, can I do this, or I don't need workers? He's like, can I do this myself, or do I need workers?
If you want to do it yourself, go for it. If you don't have prior experience, maybe get some help with you. But yeah, totally go for it.
Go for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Question from Dan. He says, what's the experience with commercial? Like, what's commercial like?
Commercial, it's more steady work and less headaches. You do need to be licensed, insured, so on and so on. But it's automatic. Need your email straight to your email. You don't gotta go get it.
I have a question from Omar. He says, what if the homeowner goes to the real estate or the real workers, and then they ask for like how long you've been working now?
It's just yeah, that's a good question. You should always establish that before the job starts. Have that in your mind that that's gonna happen. So talk to your workers, let them know it. Don't talk to my client, or just say, if they ask how long you've been working with me, you should say a year. You should always establish that before the job starts, so that doesn't happen. No, it's really important.
I have a question from Deme. Is it better to hire a subcontractor or get your own workers?
It's 50-50.
What do you mean?
Like they both have pros and cons. It's just whoever's more loyal or more reliable at that time and that moment, that's who you should go with. If whichever method you're using is working, don't try and switch it up. Having your own workers maybe it's a little bit cheaper, but
Like I say in the beginning, subcontract first, right?
it doesn't really matter.
Or like if you in the beginning, if you know someone who's a good worker, get him too. It really depends. Like it really depends. Like
Yeah, it's 50-50. It's
Yeah.
up to you which one you like. But if you want to know which one you should start with, probably subcontracting, like you said.
well, workers you gotta babysit them.
Yeah.
That's one. Subcontractors, okay, you tell them go to the job, they do it. So, you know, it depends. Like if you have trustworthy workers, get them. They'll save you a lot of money.
Shoot, mine's gonna be kind of similar. Yeah.
Okay, another one. We got another question. It goes like this. Does the client give the worker money and gives it to you? Or how does the payment work? Is it check, credit card? Basically, they want to know how. You collect.
Yeah, you should always be in control of payments. Never let your subcontractor talk to the client about any payments. This goes back to establishing everything up front before the job starts. Solidify your workers so they're not talking to your client at all. It's simple. You just gotta do it.
So those are the questions I got. What kind of advice would you give for these guys watching? Most of them are really hungry. They're trying to make it. A lot of them printing flyers. You know, they're getting signs out. They're putting in work. What do you think they should focus on? A lot of times I get some questions that don't pertain to making money, you know, so just tell them about your
Yeah.
mindset, how you, because this guy's been making money that way, he focused on that, so tell him how to do that.
Just stay at it. Even if you get one job a month, that's an extra grand you get, so it's worth just stay going at it. Don't overinvest at first, just try and see what's working for you and then stick to that, like I mentioned earlier.
And then what niche should they do? Should they do painting, flooring?
Depends what you have knowledge of, what you've been done. If you have no knowledge, you're completely new. The easiest is probably painting or landscaping, and it's very easy to find work. And yeah, I mean,
Painting's pretty good.
really it's up to you. Like what niche you want to go for. If you're gonna be a general contractor, they all work. It's just stay at it, and we'll come. There's so much work out there that it's there's no reason why you shouldn't be finding work within at least once a month.
Trust. So like, but what about right now with this? What do you think about with this coronavirus?
It's gonna slow you down a little bit, but work still needs to get done. So
Honestly, with Corona, a lot more of your competition is staying at home too. You know, a lot of them are slacking too. So that's not really an excuse. People still need their real estates, you know, freshened up, all that. So you got less competition, if anything. So don't even worry about that. Okay, so the reason why a lot of people are really profitable with this business model is because the nature of it is like you make so much money per job, like it's pretty crazy. So I want to run through. I mean, there's one time I remember this guy, he booked a project. It was a basement, I think. It's for like $10,000, something like that.
yep.
Which one was it?
I think it was this Indian clients. They wanted to develop their 400 square feet basements. I think I charged them actually 18.
Oh yeah,
It was 18.
Yeah, it was 18.
Profit, I think I took home around 7 to 8.
Mhm.
It was a while back, but
Mhm.
that was in a 2 week period.
Yeah, 2 week.
Yeah.
Eat that real quick. So in that 2 weeks, you know, he was able to make that much in just 2 weeks. So that's just one of many job sites. I remember back in the days, I booked like, it was like to paint this house. It was 20,000. I charged them 20,000, and my profit was like 6-7,000. You know, so I mean the margin's a little low, but still it was done in like 3 weeks. So after you get these jobs, you keep lining them up, bro. If you get like 3 of those in like a month, you know, that's gonna add up. So a lot of these numbers, they come from these high ticket sales. This guy had just booked, like every time you book a job, it's always 4 figures. Like I said, this guy just booked a kitchen. It's $1,200. Okay, it's not no $50, $100. It's $1,200, $1,300, and his margin, his profit is like 50%.
No more.
More,
I'm making
whatever.
$750.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So just to tell you guys that like each bag is a big amount, so that you can actually survive. Like you can actually feel it in your bank. You know what I mean? So that's why this business
Even
model,
small ones.
Yeah, even small ones.
Like
you know,
sometimes you might get a lot of 500s profit.
that's right. See, 500.
It's alright, and it's just enough for the day. It's a nice top up, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, these every time you book, they're big. They're hundreds, thousands profit. You know, we're always talking profit. So that's why, you know, you guys just gotta stick with it. I know that once you guys get more clients coming in, you're gonna slowly raise your price. Your margin's gonna get bigger. Okay, so every time you book a job, you're gonna feel it in your bank. It's gonna add up every single time, and then you're gonna look back. You're gonna have a lot of money in your bank, and you're gonna get this going. You know, so that's what he's been doing. A lot of people are catching on to this. You guys don't sleep on it.
It's new. It's new.
It's new.
It's not new, but it's new to YouTube.
It's new to YouTube. Like no one else really is doing this. So put your goggles on. Let's go.
Follow me on YouTube, David Fuego. I'll be dropping my own educational video. Team out.
No.
Okay, my turn. Part 2. Drop it up. You really don't give too much info either.
Yeah, not too much. Yeah, there was a lot.
SK the fuck.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.